Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this trick I'm about to show you today, it is so strong. For magicians, no. For laymen's, yes. That's who we do magic for, and nobody probably does this trick anymore. But it's so strong. It really is. And if you say to me, this is not going to fool anybody, trust me, it is. So all that being said, let me show you this absolute miracle. Let's get into it. Okay, so let me show you the effect, guys. This is the effect. So you're probably thinking, Brandon, why is it a blue deck? It's not a blue deck. I have took two blue cards from a blue deck, okay? And these two cards are the Eight of Diamonds and the Four of Spades. Why them? They were the first two cards I saw. That's what I took out. And obviously as well, you guys know, in a deck of cards, there's 52 playing cards. So there is the Eight of Diamonds and the Four of Spades with the red backs. So it's your job to use your intuition to try and locate the Eight of Diamonds and the Four of Spades in the red deck. So here how it's going to work. Pick the cards up, so they will pick the cards up. I want you to hold them into your hand and deal them face down. And whenever you get that feeling, I don't know, it could be a buzz, it could be a vibration, it could be anything. I want you to stop when you think you hit the Eight of Diamonds. So let's say they go, oh, right here. Are you sure? Do you want to deal more cards or take any cards back? They will say yes or no. Say, okay, you said the Eight of Diamonds is there. We're going to mark it with the Eight of Diamonds. Spectator number two, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to just take a feel of the four. Make sure you've got the four, feel it. Okay, now you've got the feel for the four. I want you to do the same. Deal the cards face down. And when you feel like you've hit the Four of Spades, I want you to stop. Okay, and they can truly stop anywhere they wish. Let's say we stop here. Are you sure? They will say yes. All the cards go on top. And I'm going to show you exactly where you place your card. Look, the Eight of Diamonds is right here. I'm going to move everything away and take them two cards. Over here, the Four of Spades. So if you think about it, this is all down to you. You could have dealt the cards and stopped anywhere you wish. We were looking for the Eight of Diamonds and the Four of Spades. Hopefully, Eight of Diamonds. Yes, they hit a perfect match, the Eight of Diamonds. Well done. What about yourself? Have you hit the Four of Spades? Yes, they have also hit the Four of Spades. Your intuition is excellent. But you do get that odd person saying, well, they could all be the Four or the Eight of Diamonds, which is very true. I am a magician. That could happen. Well, if we take a look, I don't think it can because all the cards are blank. Every single card is blank, just like so. So they're the only two cards you could have chosen, and all these cards can be examined. It's honestly, guys, you do this to a layman, you're going to fry their brain because in their mind they could have stopped anywhere and you stopped on the 8 and the 4, but the rest of the cards are blank. It is super fooling. I can't wait to go out and show people this again. The only reason why I didn't is because I didn't have a blank deck. Now I've got a blank deck of cards. I'm going to fool so many people and the reactions are just so funny. So all that being said, let me show you, if you don't know how this works, how it works. Okay, so this is the tutorial, guys, and I imagine most of you know how this works. So what I have here is a deck of cards what are all blank, okay? It's just a normal blank deck of cards. On top of that, I took any two red cards, okay? So this is the Eight of Diamonds and the Four of Spades. I just chose a red and a black card. And all you're going to do, if you don't know how this works, is place one card at the bottom, one card at the top, okay? And whatever two red cards you're using, so the red 8 and the black 4, I remove them from a blue deck of cards, okay? And that is it. So these two blue cards go on top of the deck and they all go in the box, and that is the setup of the trick. So I can just come out and get straight into it. So let me show you how the routine works. So this is how the routine works. So you take the cards out of the box, and I show the card. I'd usually just take the two blue cards off, and I say, look, I have two cards here, the 8 of diamonds and the 4 of spades. And all you have to remember is what's at the bottom. So it's the 8 of diamonds. So you tell them you want to deal the cards one by one onto the table, and when you feel the urge to stop. So this doesn't matter, okay? All you have to make sure is the first card gets dealt. Then after that, they can do clumps if they wish and stop whenever. It doesn't matter. Because now, whatever the bottom card was, which is the 8, mine's always the 8, I said, look, we'll take the 8 and we're going to mark where you've stopped. Okay? And the remainder goes on top. So the 8 is going on top of the 8. Okay? So when you pick the cards up now, that 4, what was on top, because you dealt that first, it's now at the bottom. So now you deal the cards, or the spectator deals a card, and they stop. They can throw clumps on if they wish, and stop anywhere they wish. The 4 of spades goes down, everything goes on top. The trick is done, guys. That's how strong this effect is. So if you haven't got a table, you can spread the cards. But if you do have a table, I like to spread the cards, and you're taking the card above the face-up card. So let me show you what I mean. So you're taking you see the 8 here. If you hear my chair making a creaking sound, I do apologise. You've got the 8. It's the card above the 8, which is this one right here. You're going to slide them out. And again, a card above the 4 of spades. So the 4 of spades is here. Hopefully you can see this on camera. You don't want the card below it. It's the card above the 4 of spades. And you're going to pull them out. Then you just gather the remainder of the cards up. Do not do what I just did in Flash. Okay? And you go through, look, you can stop anywhere. It's completely fair. You turn them over to show that they match. Trust me, that to a layman, right, is so powerful because they have done it themselves. They have touched the cards. They are doing everything. And as well, this does happen because I used to have this all the time. Well, what about if draw 4s or if draw 8s? Because people are going to think that because the spectator has just done that. You take the cards, you can give it to the spectator or spread them and say, that is never going to happen because they're all blank. And when they see this, because bear in mind, a layman has never seen a blank deck of cards before. They don't even know it exists. Okay, so you show these cards and you give people the cards. Yeah, you take them, you take them, you take them. Have a look. That is, and you just throw them out and let them look at everything, and you've just absolutely blown their mind. So that is a tutorial guide. I don't think I need to go through it again, but if you want me to, I'll show you another version you can do with this effect. Okay. I don't usually use this version I'm about to show you, but I'm going to bring the camera closer and show you a different version you can do. So let me show you that now. So this next version, guys, it's using 2 decks of cards. Okay, so instead of just bringing 1 deck out, you bring 2 decks out. It just gives you that more impossibility. Okay, so what happens is you show with 2 decks, okay, and you tell them to pick a deck up. It actually doesn't matter because we're taking both out. We take out the blue deck. Okay, and we take out the red deck as well. So you can see that they completely different, obviously red and blue. And what's going to happen is we're going to start off with the red, with the blue deck. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to give the cards a shuffle, just like so, and give them a little bit of a mix up. So the cards are truly mixed up. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go through the cards, okay, just like so, and you're just going to shout the word stop anytime you wish. So let's say the spectator shouts stop there. I'm going to give you the top 2 cards. You truly could have shouted stop anywhere, but you shouted stop right here, which is in fact the 4 of spades and the 8 of diamonds. So obviously the 8 and the 4, we will have an 8 and the 4 somewhere in here as well. So what's going to happen is I want you to take the cards and I want you to deal down. And when you get the urge, stop when you feel like you've got the 8. So they will deal the cards down. When you get that urge, all I want you to do is stop. You can throw clumps down if you wish. Right there. Brilliant. Okay, now the 4. Okay, these are 2 random cards we just picked from the blue deck. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the 4. So there's going to be a 4 somewhere in here, but we don't know where. You will get the urge. They'll deal the cards down. And when you get that urge, you stop. Right here. Brilliant. And the thing is, I'm not going to cheat. I'm just going to spread the cards straight away so you can see exactly where you stop the cards. So where the 8 is right here, there's a card on top. And right here where the 4 is, that is fair. So think about it before we began. We've got the blue deck. The cards have been shuffled before we even started. And you shouted stop anywhere you wish. And we landed on the 8 and the 4. Then you dealt down with the red card to see if we can locate the 8 and the 4. Let's see how well you did. 8 of diamonds. 8 of diamonds. 4 of spades. 4 of spades. That is incredible. But do you know what the scariest thing is out of all this? I don't know how you did it. Because this red deck is actually all blank. Every single card is blank. And that is just scary. And that's the effect. So you're using 2 decks of cards. If you've got 2 blank decks of cards, you could do, or these were blank, you could do that as well. So obviously I forced the 8 and the 4, which I'll show you in just a second. So you use 4, the 8 and the 4 in the blue deck, and then when you look at these, all these are blank as well. So it's like a bang bang. But yeah, that's the other version. I'm going to teach you that now. Basically, it's the exact same. You're just forcing 2 blue cards. That's the only difference. So let me bring the camera in closer. I said that last time, but I didn't. I'm going to bring the camera in closer and show you how that works. Okay, so this is a tutorial with the blue deck as well. So remember the red deck, okay, the blank deck, is I have the 4 spades on top and the 8 of diamonds at the bottom, which is just blank. And this is just a normal blue deck, and I just have the 8 of diamonds and the 4 of spades on top. All you have to do, guys, is just force these 2 cards. Okay, I just did a timing force, which you don't have to do. You could do a simple riffle force, stage out the word stop, and you give them the top 2 cards, which is the 8 and the 4. Okay, or if you want to be completely hands off, a cross-cut force. Okay, I don't even think I need to explain it, but they cut the cards, you mark where they've cut. You say to them, obviously, you could have cut absolutely anywhere. Let's take a look where you've cut to. And you turn the top 2 cards over, which is the 8 and the 4. And then you just proceed into the normal trick. If you want to do the timing force, all I did, 8 and 4s at the top. You swing cut, you keep a break above everything. And all I'm going to do, hopefully you can see this on camera, I'm just going to spread the card, drop the cards, spread them like so, and drop them down. And say, whenever you want, shout the word stop. And it's a timing force. You'll feel the timing. And then you give them the next 2 cards, which is the 8 and the 4. Okay, so it's completely up to you how you want to do it. You're just going to force the 8 and the 4. When you've done that, you go straight into, obviously, the red deck. And I'll go through it very quickly one more time. Just remember, you need to know what your bottom card is, which is the 8 of diamonds. You deal them face, well, you give the cards to the spectator, and say, I want you to deal the cards face down one by one. And whenever you feel like you're going to hit the 8, shout, just stop dealing. That 8 is going to get dropped down, and this 8 is going to go on top. Do the exact same thing, because now the 4 is at the bottom. So when you deal the card just like so, and they stop, when that 4 goes down, this 4 is going on top. Okay, just like so. You spread the cards, and you're going to take the card above the 8, not below it, above it. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 cards straight out, and these cards as well straight out. And that is it, guys. The trick's basically done now. You turn them over to show them that they actually do match, And that to a layman is just so strong. Then it's this bit, when you turn these over and you spread the cards and they can examine them and they're like, what? No way! That's incredible, look! And you're showing every single card is blank. It honestly, guys, it just blows their brain. But that's a tutorial with the blue and red deck. Okay, so that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, it's super easy to do, and don't let that put you off. Just because us magicians know exactly how this works and the dealing procedure and they put the cards on top, us magicians, we get that. You do that to a layman and then you reveal that they're all blank at the end. They're honestly, I want you to buy a blank deck, okay, and try it. And I want to know what their reaction is like. If they go, that's all right, then I don't know. I've never had that. It's that moment when you turn the blank cards over and show they're all blank. It's just an amazing feeling. You watch their faces just go, wah, especially if they've had a drink. If they've had a drink and they see that, yeah. But anyway, just because it's easy, don't let it put you off. Go out, try it, do your mum test, your dad test, your girlfriend test, your boyfriend test. Do all that test, and then let me know in the comment section how you've got on. But that is it, guys. That's the end of the video. Don't forget as well to hit that like and subscribe, and also turn the notification bells on. And I'll see you next time.